Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again to another amazing episode of the Live Old Luck Podcast 103. Guys, not deceiving
in the
you.
morning.
It is the OG crew. It's myself, Mr. Jimmy Noodles, Mr. James himself. Had some people call out sick, doing some world tours, and just masturbating. So that's all they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But tonight you got the originals. Got myself and James gonna coming at you. Got a lot of news actually for what happened for the last week. Resident Evil.
What seems like a pretty uneventful week had some pretty big news.
Exactly. A lot of Resident Evil. A lot of movie delays, unfortunately, again. But we had a decent amount. We got a new season coming to a game that's been out for like 3 years. For the first time, we'll talk about that, and we'll
talk about everything you need to know about the Resident Evil Showcase.
Exactly. So strap on, and enjoy. So how's your week, man? What am I doing? Anything fun and special? One moment. Please stand by. Negatory, I cannot hear you, sir. So it looks like we are in some technical difficulties. We will be right with you. While he's working on his thing, I'll go over my week. Heard that, but I didn't hear you. Heard that. I hear like boop boop boop.
How can you hear me? Okay, looks like you can hear me now, and I'm coming through on
Yep,
Streamlabs as well. Okay, good. Thank God. So hey, the Focusrite Scarlett likes to just not work sometimes. It's fucking fantastic. You know, at least with my Yamaha, it may have been quiet as fuck, and there was a loose connection in there, but it was pretty solid. Now this just decides not to work sometimes. That's pretty neat. Hi.
So what's up, man? How's your week?
Oh, it wasn't too bad. I watched a movie that I cannot remember. Oh, I watched The Spy Next Door. You ever see that movie?
Spy Next Door.
That's the one with Jackie Chan.
Oh, yes.
Where he's the spy next door, and he tries to marry this one chick, and he gets out of the CIA, and Russians come after him.
Yeah, I remember that. That's an old movie.
Is... 2010.
Oh, yeah.
Only 11 years ago. 2010 was 11 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. It's an old movie.
Yeah.
It's crazy when you think about it, though.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
George Lopez in it.
Yeah, and Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah, see that.
God, that movie was bad. But it was a fun movie just to hang out with some friends and riff on it. A lot of uncomfortable crotch shots.
Really?
Of children.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no, it was parts of it were very uncomfortable. And if it wasn't for the whole riffing, I wouldn't have been able to sit through it. Yeah, so I watched that. I got uncomfortable with that. I also played more Undertale.
Game still sucked.
I really don't like it. I really don't like it. Yeah, it's not good. I don't think so, at least. But I'll push through. I'll keep going. I'll be miserable and try to beat it. What else? I played some Pokemon. Pokemon's still going great. Still loving it. And I also played something that we're going to talk about later on in the show. I played the Resident Evil Maiden demo.
Yeah, you did.
So we'll talk more about that in a little bit. And also got invited to something that I can't talk about. So that's cool.
Good to hear.
Yeah, no, I had to sign a little waiver thing. I can't talk about it yet.
Yeah, no worries.
It's about something coming up later on. So, yeah, I had a pretty both eventful and non-eventful week. Oh, also got in touch with someone about doing some overlays and stuff for my Twitch. So that's going to be coming here in the near future.
Good.
Yeah, so that's my week. Nice, short, sweet, and concise. Walker, what'd you do?
I didn't really do much either. Work, body hurts, knee hurts, killing me. Telling James before the podcast, we had some eventful shit happen at Best Buy yesterday. It's never a boring moment in stores. Had 10 nails yesterday, so I go to turn on my car, and my car pops up. My back driver's tire has 0 psi. I'm like, what? Get out of the car. Rims against the ground.
Oh, wow.
What the fuck? Okay, so then luckily one of my coworkers has a compressor. Start filling up, and all of a sudden I see bubbling because it's been raining for the last day and a half.
Yeah.
And so I go to feel where it was. There's a big ass roofing nail in it.
Oh no.
So I take it to Firestone this morning. They call me. Okay, vehicle's done. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, there was 10 nails in my tire.
So did they replace the tire, or Jesus Christ? Did they replace it, or did they patch it?
They had to replace it because that's
wow.
one of that silver thing. That's that's the nail, but there was like 10 more along the rim in the middle of it. But because there were so many,
they couldn't just patch it.
If there's nails like along the edges, it hits a different part of it and it makes it impossible to patch. I had to buy a new tire.
Wow.
I was like, oh, that sucks. So that was my entertainment for the week.
Great start.
Yeah. It snowed, not here, but on the mountain, Mount Lemon, the big old mountain that I live down from. They got about a foot of snow.
Wow. That sounds like an eerie snow.
It was a high of 52 degrees here.
Wow.
Oh, it was freezing.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, you guys aren't used to that at all.
No.
Like 50-some degrees, I mean, like if we got 50-some degrees, we're out there in shorts and, tank tops and shit. Yep. But you guys, I mean, that's really cold.
And then you think on top of Mount Lemon, it's 30 degrees colder. Yeah. So 50 degrees here, so it was 20 degrees on Mount Lemon. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, they got pounded with snow. Nicole tomorrow wants to take the boys. If we're allowed up there, they close the roads most of the time because they don't want you driving up there.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely don't want to.
So, and then the fact that you're going up a mountain, but so we'll see. She wants to go find snow somewhere because my youngest son has never seen snow before.
Oh no, he hasn't.
Nope.
No, because he was
newborn baby when we moved.
Yeah, because he was born in what? August?
May.
Okay.
Yeah, so, May.
Yeah,
and
you
we
left
moved
around there.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because I remember going over to see WrestleMania, and he was a wee little lad.
Yep, he was a newborn baby. So yeah, he was. So we left before he can even acknowledge what it is. So we'll be doing that. Past that, not really too much. Me, Schroeder, and Mark attempted to play Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, I saw that. I was kind of I was in the middle of the stream when you texted me.
Yeah, it was an abomination. It was bad. We wanted to do one of the new ones, so I jumped on because I wanted to play it, and there's a new mission that's in the sky. It's a tornado.
Okay.
The vortex. So you go to the tornado, and the tornado leads you to a boss. And basically the dude just rains down like rocks, of like flaming rocks, like at you, and it destroys you. And then he summons a crew and everything like that, and it just messes you up. So I was doing it by myself. So I was like, "Hey Schroeder, you want to join me and help me try to defeat this dude?" There you go. The old ducks. Quack quack.
Yeah, sorry, hair was getting in my ass, so.
No, you're good. So he finally gets on, but the second he gets on, I beat the guy. I was like, oh, well, okay.
Of course, that's how it goes.
So I beat the dude. But I was like, hey, you're already here. Just help me load up the boat, and we'll go sell it all Made $50,000.
Wow.
Yeah. Because if you've seen the trailers with the guy he's holding like the skull and flames are shooting out of it.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was that.
Oh, that guy.
Yep.
Okay.
So, and then Mark's on, and they're like, okay, so we'll switch to the bigger one. So we'll go do this again.
Mm-hmm.
Reload it up. It's not there. There is another one. It's he's a ghost head in the sky who talks to you, who sends out ghost ships.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've played it when like you have like the ghost ships that are like green. They're actually like ghosts.
I think so. Yeah, that sounds
So this
familiar.
dude in the sky, like Firebeard or something, no, Flameheart.
Mm-hmm.
So he sends like hordes of these ships at you. Like you have to be fucking stacked with cannonballs, wood, and so me, Mark, and Schroeder probably spent like 45 minutes to an hour, if not longer, doing this mission.
Wow.
But we have to fight it, fill up the boat, fight it, fill up the boat, like fix the boat, fight them, fix the boat, because they, instead of shooting cannonballs, they send ghosts at you.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one ghost that puts like 10 holes in your ship.
Oh, fuck that.
So, and if we run out of everything, we're like, fuck. We've literally been at this for like an hour. Okay, I don't know what the fuck to do. So then we turn around, and we first we start. We the very first thing we do before any of this, we pack up the ship and we sail. We head off. Mm-hmm. Another ship rolls up behind us, just fucking annihilates us. Luckily, we didn't have shit.
Yeah.
We ended up. We found like 2 sunken ships and we looted those. So we lost all of that,
mm-hmm.
which sucked.
But still, not a whole lot.
Yeah. So then we're like, okay, that was fun. It was like that when we were done. So these guys knew what they were doing. They attached their harpoon to our ship and like rowed and everything. It was bad. So then we do the Flameheart mission. Couldn't finish that. So then we go to sail away. We don't have any wood. So Schroeder's down there just hiking water out of the boat while we're trying to fly. 2 random human ships roll up and start attacking us.
Oh, Jesus.
Board our boat, kill us, sink our ship, and then we're just like me, Mark, and Schroeder are just sitting there. Schroeder's like, okay, I'm fucking done. Like, hey guys, have a good night, because he's streaming too. It's just like, okay, have a good night. Signs off. And I'm just sitting there. I'm looking up. I'm like, this was a fucking waste of 2 hours. We did not do shit. And so I'm like, okay, I quit the game. Mark, he still can't talk. He put in chat, well, that was an interesting time. Like, yeah, this is not how we anticipated this night at all. Because we didn't even want to do it in the sky, but it was the only fucking thing to do.
Yeah.
And we were both streaming.
So you wanted to do it.
Yeah. So, and then the mission that we picked, that we put on the table, it was a big one. It gave us 10 islands to go find treasure on.
Wow. 10. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
10. And then we had like 4 other ones that we randomly found. So we had 14 of those maps. And then we tried to do that guy. So we're trying to look for the islands, trying to fight the big dude in the sky. And like, okay, this is not going our way at all. So we literally ended up the night with no loot, other than what me and Schroeder did when at the beginning. Like, this was not eventful at all.
Yeah, no,
so it was
not a good time.
It was a bad night at Sea of Thieves, but well, that's the thing with that game, though. You got some good ones, some bad ones. So.
Oh yeah.
But that's pretty much it for myself. Do you want to give our boy JR a quick shouty in his business, our sponsor?
More GR, but okay.
Oh, GR, yeah, sorry, not JR.
Also, man, that was probably the quickest weeks we've ever had.
Yeah, I think so too.
As you chug that wine straight from the bottle, cork on and everything.
Oh yeah, I did get a bottle of wine from a customer. He was gonna return like $3,000. He bought a MacBook and all the service and total tech support. But he felt like we were dicking him around at the Geek Squad. So he's like, I'm just gonna return everything. So my GM comes and grabs me. He's like, "You're a Geek Squad manager." He's like, "What do we do in this situation? This situation? This situation?" It's like, "Well, I would have done this, 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 and this." "Okay, go talk to that customer." It's like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Just be what you were, but do it now." I was like, "Okay." And so I did, and I talked to him, and he's like, "Thank you so much." And then he gave me a bottle of wine because I was so nice to him.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you lost the cork in there. You got the cork stuck.
I did. It's fucking inside the goddamn bottle. Ugh. Want to give our good old sponsor a shout out?
Yeah. Well, hey, thank you, Jeffrey Ryan, for... You should have asked him if he wanted to play Sea of Thieves.
I was thinking that.
Or was he not online?
Really... No, he wasn't on Discord, but I was thinking that. I'm like, wait, I should fucking text Jeff.
Yeah.
Like,
I know
he would have fucking got us to victory.
Oh, definitely. He would have ran that ship perfectly.
The pirate legend.
Yeah, he is.
Literally.
Well, speaking of pirate legend, thank you, Jeffrey Ryan, for being a pirate legend and supporting the Lockpick Guild. Thank you again, Jeffrey Ryan.
Thank you, sir.
And then we have a sponsor. Walker,
You.
your wall's looking a little bare there. I mean,
sure
you have
is.
you have a post, you have a frame that picture there, but that's kind of like lame. You know, it's just a tree with some leaves on it. I don't even know what it says. It's kind of boring. You know what you
It
need?
really is.
You need some high quality
Bam.
comic book art for that
Right
wall.
there.
And you know where you can get it?
Where's that?
Etsy.com/comically framed. You can decorate your walls with all sorts of comic books and other cool stuff.
Yes, you can.
So that's Etsy.com/comically framed.
LeBron James just had 46 points against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yikes.
Damn.
That's an insult.
Yeah. So before we get into some radioactive Resident Evil news,
Radioactive.
get into some movie news and other stuff related. The first one, good old WWE Network. It's going away. It is moving to the Peacock Network. Peacock, NBC, have bought the WWE Network for $1 billion.
Damn. So yeah, the WWE Network as a whole is going away.
Yes, it will
At least in
completely
the
be
US.
absorbed. Yes, it will be completely absorbed by Peacock. So if you want to watch WrestleMania, you have to subscribe to Peacock. It'll be $4.99. It'll be on the middle tier, but with ads. If you want the ad-free experience, WWE Network, it's $10 a month.
Wow. So basically the
this-
same price as what you're paying for the WWE Network anyway.
Correct. Yeah, but you get more.
Yeah.
It will begin on March 18th. All 17,000 hours worth of shows, originals, and backlog from Raw, SmackDown, and pay-per-views will be added to Peacock.
Wow. Jesus.
The WWE Network app will no longer work as of March 17th. The first pay-per-view will be Fastlane. Everything up until then will still work, so you can watch the Royal Rumble next Sunday on the WWE Network, but it'll be the last major pay-per-view as it will get absorbed by the Peacock Network.
Wow.
Essentially, when you load Peacock, 'cause you know how in Netflix you have like the side, you can like search different things.
Yeah.
Same thing with HBO Max. You can search like TV shows, comedy.
Yeah.
One of the tabs at the top now will be the WWE.
Now I wonder, because someone put this out on Twitter today. They were like, I wonder if they will keep kind of the same search functionality as the WWE Network, because you can just search up any wrestler that you want, and it will find matches featuring them or different things featuring them.
I doubt it. I would assume not,
like,
because of how it's going to be. Maybe.
Yeah, because like with the Peacock, he then immediately tabbed over to the Peacock streaming service. Right there on the front page was like Amy Poehler for whatever show she's on. And he just types in Amy Poehler and it doesn't show up with anything.
Yeah.
So that would suck dick because there's so many, great like wrestling matches that you can watch featuring like
So
specific
yeah.
wrestlers. And
So
that would
maybe they will, and it'll just be like when you click on the WWE tab, it'll just physically load the WWE Network
yeah.
and have its own search functionality, which would be nice. But I
Yeah.
don't know how intuitive something like that would have to be.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be like terrible if they get rid of that.
Yep. So yeah, anywhere that the Peacock is available, you can watch it. Which I don't know which systems have Peacock on it.
I think it's on everything right now.
Is it?
Except for the Switch. I know it's on
Gotcha.
PlayStation. I know it's on at least PS5. I know I can get it on my TV, my Sony TV. I would assume it's on Xbox, this family, and I would assume PS4 as well. And then computer, of course. Apple TV, Roku, Fire Stick, etc.
So the next piece of news that I have is a couple of days ago they launched the trailer for Godzilla versus Kong. And it looks fucking badass.
It's all been building up to this.
Yep. So the biggest piece of it is that there may have been a hidden message or a hidden character inside the trailer that you might not have seen. So in the first 10 seconds, a giant explosion happens. And comes out what looks to be a Godzilla, but when you freeze it, he looks like he's metal. And then in another trailer, when they're inside of a factory, it says charging. And the picture behind it looks like a metal Godzilla. So if you've seen the original Godzilla from 2004, Godzilla was dubbed a good guy. And he's basically a misunderstood creature who doesn't know he's destroying things, but it isn't doing it on purpose. And that's kind of the meta they went off of. And then you had Kong, who obviously was the same concept. He was a good creature, misunderstood, things along those lines, who has a bond with a little child. And the trailer basically comes in that Godzilla is freaking out and basically destroying the world for an unknown reason, but no one knows why he's doing it. So they have to bring Kong in, as Kong is the only one who can fix this wrong.
Yeah.
And so it's basically becoming a thing. It's like, okay, so yeah, it's the Kong versus Godzilla, but Godzilla's good. But why is Godzilla basically tearing down the world? And it's rumored it's because he senses Mecha Godzilla, and knows there's something wrong, and so he's basically freaking out because Mecha Godzilla is there. So we'll see. That comes out later this year and on HBO Max on March 26th.
Nice. Yeah,
and now for the bad side of the movie news. It is a lot of delays.
Oh yeah.
A Quiet Place 2, John Krasinski's horror sequel to the first one, is now getting its fourth pushback. It is now being pushed back to September 17th, 2021. Originally scheduled to come out March 20th of last year.
Damn. Yeah, more than a full year.
Yep. The King's Man is all now pushed back until August 20th by Disney. The King's Man was slated to come out last September. It is the third movie in the franchise, which now will conclude the series.
Like the Kingsman?
Yep, it's called The King's Man.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, it's the third movie of the Kingsman series.
Interesting.
It's literally The King's Space Man.
Weird.
Morbius, the Spider-Man spin-off from Marvel and Sony, that has Jared Leto, which basically is.
I think that one's just from Sony.
Yeah, that's right. It's Sony only.
Slowly only.
Solely only. But it does reference Spider-Man, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, because he is in a poster behind it. That has now been pushed back until January 2022.
Wow.
On top of that, Ghostbusters is also pushing back. Ghostbusters Afterlife. Ghostbusters Afterlife, which was set to be released next month, was set to release last year, is now set to release November 22nd
Wow.
of 2021. The studios also pushed back Peter Rabbit 2. As
My
well
God,
as
not Peter Rabbit too.
Yep. And they have pushed back their remake of the live-action Cinderella movie until July 2021. Next up on the list of pushing back, so there was a movie that was created about 10 years ago. They had the idea, they had producers, they had directors, and then it dropped out. And then they dropped out more, and they kept dropping it. It was originally going to star a man called Mark Wahlberg.
This movie's never coming out. It's never fucking coming out. I am in the camp that it's never being made.
Playing one old Nathan Drake has now been pushed back to February 11th, 2022.
Yeah, and so did Mark Wahlberg's role. He got pushed back because he's too old.
Yep.
So now he's playing Sully, the old father figure of Nathan Drake.
It was originally set to be released early last year, got moved to November, got moved to January, got moved to July of this year, and now it's being moved to...
Yeah, it's never coming out.
And last but not least, speaking of movies that have been delayed, more than anything, it's almost a joke at this point.
Is it a new James Bond movie?
It is. It's a little movie called James Bond: No Time to Die. Was delayed once again. It is officially set to release November 8th, 2021.
No, it's not.
Was set to release April of last year, and then August, then September, then October. Then it was supposed to release April of this year, October of this year, and now it's in November.
Yeah, because they want to be pretentious assholes.
Yep.
And they want it to be only in theaters.
Yep.
Oh, it's only coming out in theaters. We can't have it on streaming. That would ruin the brand image.
Yep. MGM announced today that they will be postponing the movie until November 2021 in hopes that the COVID pandemic will be through and everyone will be vaccinated and good to go. It's like, goddamn. Next one.
It's never coming out.
No, I don't think so either.
Never. Never, ever.
Billy Crystal, good old Billy Crystal,
Yeah.
confirms that a Monsters, Inc. TV show is in works. It's called Monsters at Work.
Huh.
Original stars Billy Crystal and John Goodman will be reprising them alongside of a star-studded cast in the new Disney Plus TV show Monsters at Work.
Yo, speaking of John Goodman, have you seen him recently?
Oh, I think he lost. Didn't he lose a ton of weight?
He lost because I thought he lost a lot of weight with was it 10 Cloverfield Lane? He lost even more weight. Look him up on the latest episode of the Connors.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, is he skinny as fuck?
Do you know he's hosted SNL 19 times?
Yeah.
More than anyone in history.
John Good man. Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight.
Oh, I see it. See it in his face.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't even need to look anywhere else. You can see it in his face, but man, he's
Oh yeah.
good for him.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah, he really lost weight. Good for him. Especially at his age.
Oh yeah.
Losing all of that weight.
The last thing that I have for TV and movie news, another TV show is currently in development and is being written for HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
It stars the one and only Harry Potter. It is a Harry Potter TV show.
Oh, cool.
Uh, it will be based in the Wizarding world and follow a new set of characters. There is no current aspirations to have Daniel Radcliffe reprises.
No, Daniel Radcliffe won't. None of them will.
No, I don't think so.
No, because they hate
Oh, the J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling that much that they said that they don't want to be associated with them anymore.
So yeah, they're looking to expand the franchise, making it a top priority. Despite J.K. Rowling that remains in control of the property, Warner Brothers and HBO Max still have creative control over the service, and revealed that they will be releasing a TV show. Warner Brothers has begun looking to release even further expansions of other TV shows, such as Game of Thrones spin-offs.
Well, that's a given.
Oh yeah, that'll be interesting. A Sex and the City revamp,
Weird.
and among others. So, we'll see what happens. That's all I got for my movie news. Do you have anything?
Yeah.
Case?
Yeah, I do. Let's scroll down a little bit. Hey, Xbox has been in the news recently, this past week. So originally, it was reported on that Xbox Live Gold will go up in price. So it would say that
Yeah, I heard that.
the fees would hike the fees to $10.99 for a 1 month, as opposed to $9.99 for 1 month, $29.99 for 3 months, as opposed to $24.99 for 3 months, and $59.99 for 6 months, as opposed to $39.99 for 6 months. Then, literally hours later, Microsoft posted on their news site and then all these other publications saying that, let me just quote the opening line of their news.xbox article about Xbox Live Gold pricing. Quote, "We messed up today, and you were right to let us know." So a lot of people got super butthurt because they were jumping up the price for Xbox Live Gold, rightfully so. And they almost, within hours, they reversed the decision. And they also added a cool thing where now, free-to-play, if you play like a free-to-play game, you no longer need Xbox Live Gold to play those on Xbox.
Nice. Well, that's nice.
Yeah, because that was the thing with Xbox, is that there were so many games that required it, like even the free-to-play ones. Because if I'm not mistaken, you don't need, for like PlayStation, you don't need PlayStation Plus to play things like Fortnite.
No, not at all.
So, hey, that's good. They took a bad situation and made it good. Speaking of Xbox, let's take a look at the games with gold for February. From February 1st through 28th on the Xbox One and Series consoles, you get Resident Evil, the original remake. You get, let's see here, Gears 5 from February 1st to 28th. Dondria Trials of Fear Edition from February 16th to March 15th. Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, the Xbox original classic, from February 1st through 15th. And then the Xbox 360 game Lost Planet 2 from February 16th through 28th.
Not bad at all.
I'm not even going to talk about the Naughty Dog thing, because that was, again, immediately, reported on. Not really new. Or not really a thing. Vicarious Visions. The company behind a lot of the Tony Hawk's 1 and 2, and a lot of other games, is now going to be solely working on Blizzard IPs. So
Nice.
they're getting turned into a full-time Blizzard support studio. Most notably, they're probably going to be working with Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4. So that sucks.
Okay.
That fucking
That'd
sucks.
be interesting.
Vicarious Visions was a great company. Rest in peace, Vicarious Visions. Konami is doing a restructure. Bunch of different production divisions being consolidated, that kind of stuff. But a lot of people are saying, well, it looks like they're going to get rid of their games division. Well, according to Konami and this IGN article, no, Konami hasn't shut down its gaming division. To which I say, could have fucking fooled me.
It's true.
So yeah, according to a Konami representative, quote, the announcement is made referred to an internal restructure with production divisions being consolidated. We have not, quote, shut down our video game division, end quote. Yeah, well, maybe I'll believe it once you release a fucking game every once in a while, guys. And then let's get into, there's a few things for Resident Evil that came into the news. This is from Video Game Chronicles. Apparently, according to some notable sources attached to the project, Capcom has completely overhauled its plan for a Resident Evil 4 remake. So, originally, it was being held by the new studio M2, and they consisted of a bunch of former Platinum employees. And yeah, they're going to be thrown into the back seat. And now Capcom Division 1, the kind of powerhouse of the Capcom development team, is going to be taking on the project.
Nice.
So yeah, now
it's been a straight restructure of the game.
Yeah. Capcom Division 1 is the team responsible for the Resident Evil and Devil May Cry games. And there's a good amount of people still working for Capcom that worked on Resident Evil 4, as opposed to the one noticeable thing is that the original director of the game, I can't remember his name. I forget the original director's name. I should know this, but he is not a part of this, but he gives it its full blessings.
That's good.
So yeah, that's pretty good. And yeah, so here's hoping that I guess one thing is that M2 was wanting to make it diverge a little bit more heavily away from the original Resident Evil 4. And that was one of the big things that myself and a lot of other people knocked on Resident Evil 3 Remake for, was that how much it diverged from the original game.
Yeah.
So
I know a lot of people are upset with 3 because of that.
Yeah. So here's hoping we'll see some Resident Evil 4 Remake. Hopefully with Studio 1 or Division 1 involved, it will be more akin to the original.
That's good.
Which is what I hope for, because that game's already perfect as it is. And then I'll talk about this last thing when we get to later on in the Resident Evil Showcase, because it involves one of the additions of the game.
Jeez.
What do you have?
Myself. Sea of Thieves is coming out with Season 1 as of 3 days from now. So depending on when you listen to this podcast, it may already be out. Yes, you heard it right. They are coming out with Season 1 of Sea of Thieves. So, what it brings is a battle pass.
Good.
Kind of.
Every game has a battle pass nowadays.
It's called the Plunder Pass. It'll consist of the same concept as a regular battle pass. You will earn rewards and rank through the 100 level of the Pirate Rion through the Plunder Pass. Basically, it'll unlock different skins, cosmetics, things along those lines, just like it would for like a battle pass for Call of Duty. So nothing physically that enhances the game, just cosmetic.
Just stuff to keep user retention,
exactly.
which is what that game is very well lacking.
Yep. And then instead of doing the monthly updates, it will be releasing seasonal updates instead, which will be bigger, as well as they will be more in tuned with what is currently going on in the world. So if it's winter, they said it's most likely going to snow in Sea of Thieves for the first time.
Oh, wow.
The arena mode is no longer getting updates. You can still play it, but the arena mode is no longer their focus.
Essentially dead.
They will no longer receive any of its attention. They will not be doing any patches, any updates, things along those lines. They haven't said yet if they will be releasing something else in its place, but as of now, the arena is no longer being worked on.
I'm assuming that they're still trying to figure out what to do with it. Because I'm assuming, like, especially with the Battle Pass, I mean, that's the bread and butter for PvP.
Yep. So, with that, they will also be releasing different reward systems, as well as they will be doing live events.
Oh, cool.
So
they're going to be Fortnite. Yep. Fortnite of the Sea.
So essentially what they're going to be doing randomly throughout the months, they will be doing live events that will take place in the game that you either have to go and get the treasure first, fight other people off to get the treasure, whatever it may be, but one-time only affairs, which will be cool.
Travis Scott concert, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. So then there'll be updates and there'll be new gears, things along those lines. Maybe they'll make the Galleon 8 players. That would be fucking awesome.
You know what? What would be a perfect band for them to kind of have with this for like a live event, like a live concert, something like Dropkick Murphys or Ailstorm.
That'd be fucking cool.
Just
so yeah,
Irishy.
I'm excited to see what it'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't know if I'll get the Battle Pass because, like, how often do we really play that game? Like, when we play it, we usually have fun.
But it's not like a everyday kind of thing.
No.
I feel like, though, this might be more of an incentive, though, to if they are going to make these updates bigger, the seasons have bigger updates and stuff, it might be a bigger incentive for us to come play, maybe not every night, but, 2 or 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. The next big thing, Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, will have roughly 300 playable characters.
Yeah, because I think all of it follows the story of every single Star Wars movie, mainline Star Wars movie that came out.
Yep, and essentially any character that was ever taught with interact will be playable inside the game in some capacity or another.
Yeah, no, they're going to be full characters.
I know in the other Star Wars Lego movies, games, there's a lot of characters you can play too.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
A lot of obscure ones too, which is nice. I thought that game already came out.
Nope. Not yet. Where are we at here? When does it come out, actually?
Yeah, I could have...
Let's find out.
Yeah, I could have sworn it came out last year. Shit's falling. Oh, God, fuck.
Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Man, my internet doesn't want to load Google. Release date 2021.
Oh, no announced date. Okay. I could have sworn it was supposed to come out last year.
I think it was. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga will be released
when was it?
That's all it says.
Just 2021.
Early 2021. So I'm assuming soon.
Yeah, I would assume. Yeah, that's Q1, so that ends what, March?
Yeah. Speaking of Star Wars, they're in the midst of making a new game based off of a remake of the best Star Wars game ever made.
Star Wars Battlefront 2?
Close. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh.
But it is not going to be by BioWare or EA. It is unknown who will be making this game, but it is not currently in development EA or BioWare. EA bought BioWare.
They're in the doghouse.
Yep. But EA does not look to be producing, as they are working on other unannounced Star Wars projects from other realms of the Star Wars universe. But we are making a Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic game. It is unknown who is making it, but just know it is being made. Speaking of Star Wars Battlefront 2, the other day it was free on the Epic Game Store.
Oh yeah, it was, and a lot of people downloaded it.
And it blew up. So because of that, at one time there was 19 million concurrent players playing Star Wars Battlefront 2.
That's probably the most in the game's history.
Yep, it was almost double the amount of people that have ever played that game during its initial release.
Jesus Christ.
Some good old Epic Games coming in strong.
Yeah.
And then for anything else, that is actually all I have for right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't have much. WandaVision, episode 2 comes out in 2 days. If you haven't seen that, it's a very, very, very interesting show. Good. Definitely watch it. But let's get into some Resident Evil news. We had a Resident Evil showcase that was upon us.
We sure did. It was I think I said like a half hour, a little bit over a half hour, and I got about almost, I would say, just over 4 pages of notes, because they filled this up. I've noticed that these companies, they do these events, and they just pack everything into it. Like, they really pack it in. I mean, I can't tell you, you know how many times that I've texted y'all and been like, Nintendo Direct was today, 30 minutes, have like 8 pages of notes. Yay, kill me now. Or Sony State of Play, so many fucking notes for 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so
I got something. Whenever you're done with that, I got something Resident Evil Village 8 related to.
Okay. So it starts off with Brittany Brombacher. Hi, Brittany Brombacher, being our MC for the day. And guess what, folks? You know what time it is?
Party time.
It's time for a world premiere.
Oh, yeah.
So they're still not calling it Resident Evil 8, those fucking cowards. So, showing off more things for Resident Evil Village. You get that tall vampire lady. That really tall, like, 8-foot tall, hot goth mommy GF that everyone's simping over online. She's out to get Ethan. She's talking to someone named Mother Miranda, possibly the big bad. And it's really showing off, because this is running the RE engine, which has been used in fucking everything Capcom's made recently. And let me tell you, it was shown on PlayStation 5 hardware. And when we get into the demo, I can say that this RE engine is beautiful looking. It is such a fantastic engine. It looks great. It sounds great. It controls great. Everything about it's great. The lighting's phenomenal. It looks like vampires might be your generic enemies. And it also looks like you're going to start off in the village, then you're going to enter in the castle, and that's going to be kind of like the main focus of the game is going to be in this castle.
Okay.
So, yeah, it looks like vampires are going to be like generic enemies, so gone are the like goo monsters from the last one. Looks like they can have like swords and start stabby you.
Stabby.
The tall vampire lady, I forget her name, but it looks like she has some daughters that are like 2 daughters that are also out to get Ethan. Hot vampire daughters. I mean, like, come on. Ethan's not in a bad place right now. I mean, really, he's not in a bad place.
No.
Just step on me already, okay? Jesus Christ. And it looks like Chris is holding a baby.
Oh, shit.
Whomst this baby, you may ask? Well, I think. Because the story's about Ethan has to go to this remote European village to rescue his daughter. I'm thinking Chris stole his baby.
Oh, shit.
So, and then it ends with, like, this bearded man. It shows off, spooky settings, all that kind of, standard fluff, that you get for a trailer. And then it shows there's, like, this bearded man with some sunglasses with a giant hammer. And things are floating on the ground around him. And he goes, Mr. Winters, let's see what you got. And then trailer ends. And then next is, hi, producer Pete Fabiano. There we go. He said that the game is going to be coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One the same day as the regular release.
Not bad.
So that was one thing they said that they were going to try to do. They didn't make any promises the last time we saw anything with Resident Evil Village. They said they were going to try to. Looks like they have been able to, which is impressive because this game looks fantastic. It's going to be coming to then PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series Family, Xbox One, and Steam.
Ayo.
And if you get the PS4 or Xbone version, they will include a free upgrade for the next-gen systems.
It's not bad at all.
No, not at all. And it's coming out May 7th.
Ayo. That's faster than we think.
Yep, you can pre-order it right now. I pre-ordered it right that day. I tried to pre-order the collector's edition. Didn't happen. I'm sad, but I'm making an adult choice here. That I don't want it.
The question is, though, will it get delayed?
Probably not. They're really good with it.
Yeah, they didn't delay it last year, so I don't see why it would.
Capcom is really good when it comes to being like, all right, this game's coming out on this day. Almost guaranteed.
Yeah, it didn't, it came out on time. The Resident Evil 3 wasn't delayed, so.
Yeah, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 2, and Resident Evil 7 were not delayed.
Yeah, so I don't see why
I honestly can't remember the last Resident Evil game that was delayed, to be honest with you. Because they keep this... They're like Nintendo, where this is their baby, and they have the luxury of being like, yeah, it's coming out when it's done. It's coming out when we're happy with it. And when they give a release date, they're happy with it. And now it's just minor bug fixes here and there. So,
that's not bad.
Here's the multiple versions of the game. There's the Standard Edition, which is just the game. There's the Digital Deluxe Edition, which comes with different safe room music, the max difficulty level, portable save device, the Albert 01 Chris Silent Pistol, the Tragedy of Ethan Winters, I forget what that one was, found footage RE7 filter, and a Mr. Everywhere gun charm. And then there's the Collector's Edition, which comes with the Digital Deluxe Edition, a steelbook, a poster, an art book, a big old box, and a Chris figurine. And then there also... Oh, go ahead. No, you go.
No, what were you saying?
Oh, I was going to say that... Jesus fucking Christ, just talk.
Now you go.
All right. Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 7 Complete Bundle Pack was also announced. So if you didn't play 7 and you want to play 7, you'll be able to get that. So you can play it right now, today, while you wait for Resident Evil Village to get on that.
Okay, and to go off of that, in Japan...
Oh, yep, I have that on here. Yep.
Okay, then go ahead.
Yeah, so there's another as Japan normally does with Resident Evil games, they have a special limited edition, collector's edition that isn't found anywhere else. I don't think they did it with Resident Evil 3, but they did it with Resident Evil 2 and 7 and 6. So with 2 Remake, you got a typewriter keyboard. With 7, I forget what you got with 7. And then with Resident Evil 6, you got a really sweet leather Leon jacket. Well, this one comes with everything that's in the collector's edition here in the US, as well as let's see here, you get the commemorative box, Chris statue, basically the big thing that it comes with is a wearable replica Chris coat. It's a nice little pea coat.
I've seen that. That actually looks fucking nice.
That you could strut around in. And, Walker, how much is this going to cost?
A whopping $1,800. $1,800.
Yep. So, do you want to know how much the collector's edition of the game is here in the US, which has virtually everything minus the Chris coat? Do you want to take it?
$200.
$220.
Jesus.
So that means
$1,000 coat.
More than $1,000. This is like
That's true.
Fucking $1,600 coat. So
that's insane.
Yep. So that's Neato Burrito. Let's see here. What else do we have? We also have a pre-order bonus. So for everyone who pre-orders the game, you get a Mr. Raccoon weapon charm and a survival resource pack, which will get you items to help you out early on in your adventure. And if you pre-order it on the PlayStation Store exclusively, you get a mini soundtrack as well.
That's not bad at all.
Guess what time it is?
World
premiere. All right, hey, we got some gameplay. First ever gameplay. So it's still in first person. You're still playing as Ethan. You make your way through the village to the castle to find your kidnapped daughter. So it looks like this is going to have a very big emphasis on close quarters combat. Because one of the big things that you can do is guard. So if someone's swinging a 2x4 at you, you could try to block it to lose less health, and you could push enemies away. Really reminds me of a game that Saga made back in 2005 called Condemned: Criminal Origin. That still has some of the best melee combat in any game ever. I will fight you on this. There's a giant werewolf with a giant hammer. Each enemy type has different fighting styles. So presumably the vampires are going to be more like, traditional zombies. They're just mindless, that kind of stuff. While the werewolves probably are going to attack in like packs and, kind of like swarm you. And then probably the biggest thing ever that I actually geeked out about is they brought back the inventory management from Resident Evil 4.
That's awesome.
So if you don't remember, you had your attaché case.
Yep. And
you had to slot things in there, and I was very OCD about it, making sure to min-max my space accordingly. Watch me and Mitchell's Let's Play of it, and you will see how much time I spend fucking organizing our attaché case.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's got crafting.
What are you buying?
What are you selling, stranger? You can craft items like first aid and weapon, you can craft first aid and ammo, and there's going to be a bunch of different weapons. And speaking of welcome, stranger, they got a super fat and super tall merchant in his name. His name is the Duke.
Hey.
Yeah, so the Duke is going to be in a whole bunch of kooky situations, and, yeah, that's cool. And it's got crafting. Yeah, it's got crafting. I already said that. You're going to have breakable objects throughout the worlds where you can get supplies. And there's going to be extra objectives like in the other Resident Evil games. There's going to be little tokens scattered across the world to shoot. This one is a little goat figurine.
That's not bad at all.
No, they've been doing this since 4, actually. Having little knickknacks around the world to find and shoot. It's got a bunch of puzzles. That's going to be a heavy emphasis, a la regular Resident Evil. And then the daughters that I talked about earlier, I thought originally they turned into bats, and they like floated around. No, they don't turn into bats. They turn into a bunch of flies.
Really?
And one of the things that they shows off is like basically Ethan's getting chased by these flies, and then all of a sudden his vision goes a little blurry, and he looks at his hand, and just flies just start popping out of his hand and out of his skin. You could see it just run through his arm and pop out his hand. It was
That's pretty fucking
a
cool.
little icky, if you ask me. And they're going to be roaming around a la Mr. X or the family from Resident Evil 7.
Okay.
All right, so they also announced an exclusive PlayStation 5 demo. And I put on here, I'll be talking about this on the cast. So I played the Resident Evil 5 Maiden demo.
Yes.
Now, this is, again, exclusive to PlayStation 5. And what it is basically just a showcase of the tech and what to expect from Resident Evil Village. You play as a character called the Maiden, and you have to escape the mansion. And, you know, you get to see, like, some of the puzzle solving. A lot of it is very, very old school Resident Evil, where there's almost red herrings laying around of things that it could be. Another thing is, one of the things is there's a door that's missing an eye, and you have to find that eye. So, very classic Resident Evil puzzle. You rummage around, and you find a little ring, and that ring has, like, a red eye on it. So, you have to inspect the eye, and then it gives you the option to yank out the eye. And then you slot it in to the door, bada bing, bada boom. And
Not bad.
yeah, it's really cool, really good, really, really atmospheric. Again, the graphics are phenomenal. I've probably played that demo 3 or 4 times. I played it once on stream, and then I played it once hooked up to, to get the full experience, the 5-channel surround sound, the 4K HDR. I even played it with my headphones too, to get an even better experience. And it's just incredible, the amount of atmosphere and how spooky they can make this without having any combat or realistically anything that can hurt you. But there was one thing in the demo that leads me to believe something. At the end of the demo, you try to leave through the courtyard, and the big old mommy GF vampire busts through and is like, "There you are." She grabs you by the neck, and she's all white, paisley. She takes out her hand, her right hand, and a bunch of claws start popping out of it, like a bunch of sharp, like sharp stabby bits. And then she stabs you in the face, and that's the end of it. Well, that's something that a tyrant does from the original Resident Evil. So I wonder if she is infected with the same kind of virus that gave the tyrant that kind of stuff. It's a more evolved version of the I think that was the T virus. So I wonder, who knows? Maybe I'm just overlooking it, like over-examining it. We will see. But for those who don't have a PlayStation 5 yet or don't want to get a PlayStation 5, a new demo is coming out on all platforms this spring to show off the combat and that kind of stuff. And that's going to be available for everything. Uh,
That's not bad.
no, it's if you haven't seen it and you can't play it, I would definitely recommend checking out videos on it, not just necessarily my video, but other people's videos as well, because it's really good, and I got spooked once or twice. Hey, you know what this year is? It's the 25th anniversary of Resident Evil.
Yes, it is.
So, hi there, producer Tsuyoshi Kanda. Here's what to expect in 2021.
What do we got?
World premiere.
Ayo.
RE-verse is a
Okay.
PvP game set in the Resident Evil universe. So I got really super duper fucking excited for a second. At the beginning of the trailer, it's all cell shaded. It looks pretty good, but you just see the Raccoon City Police Department, and you see like a fixed camera angle and someone roaming around. And the first thing that pops into my head, this has to be a fucking joke. Are they making another Resident Evil Outbreak game? And yes, this was a joke. They're not making another Resident Evil Outbreak game. So you get to play as characters throughout the series like Chris, Claire, Leon, Jill, and Hunk, all using their newer models, which is interesting, which I like to see. It's got the Resident Evil 2 remake Claire and Leon, the Resident Evil remake Chris, and the Resident Evil 3 remake Jill, as well as Hunk. Looks like when you die, you can turn into big boss monsters like Nemesis and Tyrant. And it's much like Resident Evil Resistance was free with Resident Evil 3 remake. This is going to be free to anyone that purchases Resident Evil Village.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
So yeah, you think we're done, right? But wait! There's another
more.
fucking world premiere! I can't handle this! Hey, hi there, Yannick Bonchero from Massive Entertainment. It said A Ubisoft Studio, so I put A parentheses N for an Ubisoft Studio. You know, just get your fucking English right. So it looks like they are going to be adding, to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Resident Evil, they're going to be adding outfits and items from the original Resident Evil trilogy to the Division 2. And
nice.
If you log in between February 2nd and February 15th, everyone gets a Leon Raccoon City Police Department outfit for free.
Nice.
One last thing from this jam-packed event. Here is producer Hiroyuki Kobayashi, producer of Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, the new animated movie coming to Netflix. It focuses on Claire and Leon. It's going to take place a few years after Resident Evil 4, and that kooky Leon, he's caught up in another zombie outbreak because, you know, he just can't get away from this shit. He can't have a vacation. And that's coming out, well, he kind of has a vacation. I mean, you know, him and Ada kind of spend a night together in Paris. But, you know, that's coming to Netflix in 2021, so we'll see how that is. You know, your boy here is going to be keeping his Netflix subscription solely for that.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
all. It's going to be a good show.
Yeah, and that's all I have. That was the Resident Evil Village, or not the Resident Evil Showcase.
Hey, yo, let me see. Let me check, make sure there's no any last minute information. Good old video game news.
There probably shouldn't be anything this time of night.
Oh, there shouldn't be. But you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Breaking news. Breaking news. Resident Evil 8 canceled. Or Resident Evil Village canceled.
I can see it.
I'll be so goddamn butthurt. Breaking news. New Silent Hill coming out.
Yeah, they decided to cancel and bring out Silent Hill instead.
I would probably
How wild would that be?
I would actually legitimately cry.
Oh, if you watched any of this, the first thing on the article is Hitman speed finish
Oh yeah.
each level in less than 10 seconds.
Did you see the thing that I texted you earlier about it being dropped down to 8 seconds?
Yeah, where they just like bam bam.
Yeah, the world record is no longer 9 seconds. It's 8 seconds now.
It's just insane. They literally. I wonder why it highlights the people.
It's a thing that 47 has. It's like an ability.
I just can't believe you can shoot them to the walls.
No, you don't. You don't shoot them through the wall. Their heads, they pop out. It's like pixel perfect shot.
Ah.
Where their heads are just barely visible over that wall, over
Bam,
over that.
bam.
Yeah, it's legit. For those who don't know, in one of the missions in Hitman 3, I think it's one of the Dubai missions.
Yeah.
You can finish it by starting the level, pointing up and to the left, shooting, walking by the first set of stairs, looking up to your left, like pixel perfect. Pop the one dude, turn around, pop the other guy, and walk out the door. And there you go, mission complete. I was
so wild.
I was talking to our one friend Trevor, because he was the one that kind of clued me in on this. He was the one that sent this to me. And I tell him, like, this is something that people would discover months, if not years, after the game gets released.
And they literally, it's been out for a day.
Yeah, 5 days it's been out, and that section is down to 8 fucking seconds.
Insane. In fucking sanity.
Yeah, it's nuts. That's, again, like I said, that's like something you discover years later. Just as like, oh shit, I discovered this one cool thing that you can do, crazy like that.
Well, I don't have anything. Let's get into some releases.
Yeah, let's get into the releases. This is up until, I do believe, January 1st? Or February 1st? Yeah, February 1st.
February 1st.
So, tomorrow, the 26th. Okay, we're starting off great here. Altair Ryza 2, Lost Legends, and The Secret Fairy coming out for PC, PS5, PS4, and Switch. We also have Cyber Shadow coming to Switch and PC, also on Game Pass. We have King Arthur Knight's Tale coming out for PC Early Access on the 26th. Then on the 27th, we have Project Starship X coming to Xbone and PS4. Hypnosphere Rebirth coming out for the Xbox One on the 27th. The Dark Eye Chains of Satnav coming out for Xbox One. Vera Blanc, Ghost in the Castle coming out for the Xbox One on the 27th. Butterfly coming out for the Xbox One on the 27th. The Dark Eye of Memoria coming out for the Xbox One. Then we have, we got a lot of things coming out on the 28th. We have Olia coming out for PC and Switch. Tiny Shot coming out for the PC. Yakuza Remastered Collection coming out for PC and Xbox One, you fucks. We have Gods Will Fall coming out for the Switch. Marchin' Forest, Mayline, and the Forest Gifts coming out for PC, PS4, and Switch. Royal Tower Defense coming out for the Xbox One and the Switch. Tohu coming out for PC and Xbox One on the 28th. Disjunction coming out for the PC and PS4 on the 28th. Golden Force coming out for the PS4 and the Switch on the 28th. Sword of the Necromancer coming out for the PC and Switch. Colossus Down coming out for the Switch and PS4. Curious Expedition 2 coming out for the PC on the 28th. Heaven's Vault coming out for the Nintendo Switch on the 28th. Monstrum 2 coming out for the PC on the 28th. And finally, on the 28th, we have The Medium coming out for the PC and Xbox Series X on the 28th. Also going to be on Game Pass, BT Dubs. Already have that downloaded. I'm ready to stream it. And then on the 29th, we also have some games, too. We have ReZero. Okay, what is this? ReZero, Starting Life in Another World, The Prophecy of the Throne, coming out for PC, PS4, and Nintendo Switch. Verblanc, Ghost in the Castle, coming out for PS4 and the Switch. Crashlands, coming out for the Xbox One on the 29th. The Pedestrian, coming out for PS4 and PS5 on the 29th. Silver Change, coming out for the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch. God's Will Fall, coming out for the PC and PS4 on the 29th. Bonkies, coming out for the Xbox One and Nintendo Switch. Another Dawn, coming out for the Xbox One. Rack and Ruin, coming out for the Xbox One. Caves and Castle Underworld, coming out for the Xbox One. And finally, Ragnarok Skies, coming out for the PC on the 29th. Back to you guys.
Appreciate you. For TVs and movies, there's not much coming on. On Blu-ray and DVD today, we have a movie. It's called The Fat Man. To save his declining business, Kris Kringle, also known as Santa Claus, yes, is forced into a partnership with the United States military, making matters worse.
Excuse me? You can't weaponize Santa!
Chris gets locked into a deadly battle of wits against a highly skilled assassin.
What?
Hired by...
Don't say the Russians.
Nope. A precocious 12-year-old after receiving a lump of coal in his stocking.
Fuck?
'Tis the season for the fat man to get even in this action comedy that keeps on giving. Yes. Mel Gibson is Kris Kringle, by the way.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I think we have to rent that and watch it.
What's it called?
Called Fat Man.
When's it coming
Tis
out?
the season to get even. Today. Yeah, it's called Fat Man. Tis the season to get even. I'm going to watch the trailer after this. Basically, Santa Claus has to team up with the military because he's being trying to get assassinated by a 12-year-old.
I can rent it for Wait. Yeah, I can rent this for $7 right now.
I would wait just to make sure we actually fucking watched them like last time. You're not wasting your money.
Listen, man, it's not my money. It's Google Opinion Rewards money.
Oh, that's true.
I have like $30-some in my account.
A couple different things.
It has
Turn.
It has a 46% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I can see that. Well, it's Mel Gibson first
4
off.
out of 5 stars on Google, though.
Do you remember the movie The Wrong Turn?
Yeah.
The horror movie back in the day?
Yeah.
So the reboot is being released on the 26th, tomorrow. So that's kind of cool. A couple other things coming out here. Anything special? I'm just looking through it here really quick. No. Like, there's a bunch coming out, but
Nothing big.
at least to me. There's a show on Amazon. It's called The Great Escapist. Two guys find themselves shipwrecked in mysterious circumstances, stranded on a remote but yet beautiful desert island. Rather than sitting around waiting for the rescue, the pair decide to take matters into their own hands, as they are all engineers and expert scientists. They are proved not only to survive, but to contact an out of this world paradise island playground.
Weird.
Yeah. That's coming to Amazon Prime. And going through The Dig on Netflix, coming out on the 29th. It is based in the 1938. An archaeologist embarks on a historical important excavation of Satin Ho in 1938. So I'm assuming that's of some historical relevance. Below Zero, the movie, will be coming out to Netflix on the 29th. In the middle of the night, a prison van carrying convicts is assaulted. The driver needs to defend himself from those on the inside and those outside. That's a movie coming to Netflix. It's one of the first movies per week. And that's pretty much it.
So, okay, it looks like Sutton Hoo is place two early medieval cemeteries that date from the 6th to 7th century, and archaeologists have been excavating the area since 1939. One cemetery had an undisturbed ship burial with wealth of Anglo-Saxon artifacts.
Okay. So it's a show about that.
Interesting.
February 2nd, next Tuesday, I know we're not supposed to talk about it yet, Apex Legends is coming to the Switch.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that next week.
Nice. But that's all I got. I think that's a podcast.
That
a little
is a
short
podcast.
one.
Yeah, a little one.
But podcast nevertheless. Where can we find you, sir? And I've seen that you scheduled that right quick.
Yeah, so I posted a schedule both on my Twitter at JimmyNoodlesGG and on my Discord. You can find that I think on my Twitch and on my... Yeah, I think it's just on my Twitch right now. You can find a link to my Discord and also on the Level Unlocked Discord page as well. Yeah, I have a schedule set up, so I'm going to keep to that. I promise that I'm going to keep to that. Same, I also have my YouTube schedule posted there too. Things that are going to be coming out. Let me just take a little looky-loo here, see what I posted on here. We have some... Let me open it up real quick. Schedule. All right, so we have... Tonight I'm off. Tomorrow, we got more Pokemon Emerald and Undertale. Then on the 27th, I'm off, so probably I'm going to do the podcast, edit the podcast then and upload it. And then on the 28th, we're going to play the Medium. 29th, we're going to play some more Pokemon and the Medium. And on the 30th, we're going to play Undertale. So yeah, you could take a look at that at youtube.com, or not YouTube, twitch.tv/JimmyNoodlesGaming, or JimmyNoodlesGG. And then on YouTube, on the 26th, which is tomorrow, we're going to be having Pokemon Emerald Part 5 uploaded. Undertale Part 2 is going to be coming out on the 29th. And on the 30th, we have a Would You Look at That on Maneater, all coming out. And then probably early next week, I'll have the Medium posted. But that's on youtube.com/JimmyNoodlesGaming.
For myself, I forgot to show you too. My HP rep gave me this nifty little backpack here.
Nice. That's cool.
There's a couple things in there that I should have showed earlier. So we got a mouse pad.
Ooh.
The gel.
Oh yeah, it's like one of the ones that have you can get one of the anime bitches' butts on it or their boobs.
Yep. So we have. I don't know what this is. Pixie Light?
Ecstasy tablets.
You put it on your a book.
Oh, those.
And it goes down, and you can read your book in the dark.
Interesting. Even though, we just read on our phones nowadays.
I got a pen.
Ooh.
Which is also a stylist.
Ooh.
But it also has a light.
Nice. One of the Swiss Army pens.
So that's nifty. Got a charging brick. HP branded charging brick. And some information about HP. And a wireless charger.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool.
That is. That's pretty
Drop something. So that's all from the HP rep. It's a cool dude. You guys still have HP reps or no?
I think so.
And then I forgot to return this back to the store. Some of the locking keys.
Yep.
Dead though.
Yep.
Oops. We won't talk about that though. You can find me at Captain Geach 15 on everything. I did change my Instagram to. I was supposed to be doing this competition, but unfortunately, it hasn't played out in my favor yet. Unfortunately, it's not really.
Okay.
But my Instagram is jwalker1015.
I'll make sure to change that.
I don't really have to promote that much. I'm gonna stop really using it for gaming.
Ah, okay. Never mind. Then I won't.
And eventually, when I decide to try to lose weight, I'm going to
That'll be your fitness Instagram.
I mean my fitness Instagram, but one day that'll happen. But that's pretty much it about me. For podcasts, find us everywhere. Love exclusively on Twitter at what, James?
LVL Unlocked Pod. That's LVL Unlocked Pod.
And for everyone here at the Level Unlocked Podcast, if you would like to be, you can do so at the Patreon.
Pretty bad there.
Okay. And then also, if you'd like to become part of the Unlocked, you can do so at the patreon.com/Level Unlocked Podcast, where you got multiple different tiers where you can become part of the Lockpick Nation, the Lockpick Guild. And we appreciate you guys very, very, very much. And then we will see you bright and early back here, 10:30, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Monday. Y'all have a good week and a good February to start.
Bye.
Bye.